systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What's up, everybody? Big Marley 3 from SHIPIT Nation here to break down the Week 11 NFL Afternoon Slate for you guys. Hopefully you already signed up over at SHIPITNation.com with the discounts I have been offering up until now, because I don't have any for you this week. But we have been absolutely crushing it. Members and staff are posting big wins in the Discord every night. It's the best Discord in the industry, and we have tools and projections for all sports. Only $69 a month. Go sign up if you haven't yet and get in on these big wins. Once you sign up, you will get access to this 4-hour educational video from our guys, Hoop and Tambo. They're two of the best in the industry, and they're giving away all their secrets in this 4-hour video. Hoop talks about winning the Millie Maker last year, and Tambo crushes qualifiers and live finals, so he talks about his strategies for those. And he is actually in Miami right now, ready to compete in the King of the Beach live final, so good luck in that, Tambo. And they also just launched this 2-hour NBA course to learn from as well. So there is no better time to sign up. You get all sports for just one low price. All right, let's get into this 3-game afternoon slate. Our first game is the Bucks at the 49ers with a 41-point total, and the 49ers being favored by 11.5 points. The Niners have the highest team total on the slate, and the Bucks have the lowest. And Brock Purdy, he looks like the best play at quarterback on this short slate. If I am using Brock Purdy, I want him stacked with at least 2 of his top guys, those guys being Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle. I do think that the 49ers will be the chalk this week, but there's just lots of ways we could stack up that side of the ball. And I'm not looking to stack up the Bucks at all. The only way I plan on using the Bucks players would be to have one pass catcher between Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Cade Otton as a run back in my San Francisco stacks. And then I'd also be fine throwing Rachaad White as the run back as well. Or I could pair him with one of those Bucks pass catchers and just making it a 5 or 6 man game stack, hoping that this is the one that shoots out for 60 points. The next game is going to be a cold and windy game. We have the Jets at the Bills. The Bills are 7.5 point favorites, and we have a 40.5 point game total. This is similar to the other game where I only want to stack up one side of the ball. The Bills have the second highest team total, and the Jets have the second lowest. If I am using Josh Allen, then I want him stacked with at least 2 of his guys. Stephon Diggs would be the top one if I can afford it, but that is an expensive stack. If I can't afford it, then I like Gabe Davis at 5,500. I also like Dalton Kincaid as my favorite tight end on this little slate. Dalton Knox is still out, and Dalton Kincaid has averaged 8 targets in the last 4 games. So I think that $4,900 price tag looks pretty good. And then I'm also cool playing Khalil Shakir at 3,200. That cheap price kind of helps us get up to the Allen and Stephon Diggs stacks if we want to. We could throw Kincaid as well and make it just a 4-man Bill stack, hoping that they score 40 plus. And then we can toss James Cook into stacks if we want, but I probably prefer using him as direct leverage off the Allen. Well, I don't know if Allen will be chalk, but just direct leverage off Allen. And he did hit the 100-yard bonus last week on just 12 carries. And this week he's playing against his brother, so maybe some extra motivation there. Those are the Bills players I am going to keep in my player pool. And then I'd be fine running it back with one of Garrett Wilson or Tyler Conklin if I'm using a pass catcher from the Jets. And then my favorite play on the Jets would be Breece Hall this week at 6,400. We could use him as the run back piece. And if we're not stacking up the Bills side of the ball, then I like Breece Hall stacked with the cheap Jets DST in this game. I think that's a good way to attack the Jets. We could also do the same thing with Cook and the Bills DST if we want to as well. And then the last game looks like the best one to stack up. We have the Seahawks. They're 1-point road favorites with a 46-point game total. This is our closest game with the highest total, and I'm really fine stacking up either side of the ball. Matthew Stafford is back from injury this week, and he should be low owned. I just don't think people are going to want to pay $6,400 for him on this short slate. But I'm fine. I'm fine using him. And if I am going to use Stafford, then I want him stacked with 2 to 3 pass catchers. Cooper Kupp would be my favorite at $8,100, but I'm also fine using Puka Nacua for $1,000 less if I can't afford Kupp. And then Stafford also has 2 cheap options I'm interested in this week with Tutu Atwell at $3,900 and then Tyler Higbee at $3,300. Those are really the only Rams I'm looking to target, though. I don't think I will get to the running backs. And then if I'm stacking up the Rams, I want 1 or 2 Seahawks players as run backs on the other side. And then if I'm going to use Geno Smith at quarterback, I want him stacked with at least 2 of his top guys. And it gets easier if Tyler Lockett ends up sitting this week. He does have a Q tag. If Lockett does play, then I'll keep him in my player pool for Geno stacks or maybe even as a run back for Ram stacks. But I won't be using him as a one-off if I'm stacking up the Bills or San Francisco. But I prefer DK Metcalf either way, and he has a nice $6,900 price tag. I also like JSN at $4,300 as a cheap punt, even if Lockett does play. But if Lockett is out, then I want a lot of JSN. He's closer to a core play if that's the case. And then we can also stack Kenneth Walker with Geno as well. He caught a 64-yard touchdown last week. And then if I'm stacking up the Seahawks, I want at least 1 Rams player as the run back. And then I'd be fine using either DST in this game if I'm not stacking up the offenses. But that is how I will be attacking this afternoon slate. All of my plays and notes are posted over at SHIPITNation.com. All sports are included for one low price. You guys can play more and pay less. I will be back with a primetime slate breakdown, but if you guys can hit that like and subscribe button for us, it really helps out. Good luck on this afternoon slate. I hope to see some Ship It logos up top. Thanks for listening. Go ship something.